So while we are nearing the end of another year and starting a new year, this is the traditional time when we start thinking about the direction of our lives and planning for the new year ahead. And goal setting and habit development are meta skills that, when learned, can lead to mastery of multiple other skills. Now, you might be reflecting on your life's purpose as you set your 2024 goals. And it's also a good time to reassess how you got on in 2023 and to reflect on goals you had set back in January for the year ahead. And of course, I'm assuming that you had set goals back in January for 2023. So the question is, assuming that you set the goals, did you achieve those goals or come close to achieving them, or are they long forgotten? Now, I had a particularly good year in terms of goal achievement, and I want to share lessons I learned in 2023 to help you plan better for 2024 and beyond. Now, you might see that on my website, lifeislaboratory.com, I talk a lot about planning and goal setting, and one of the things I talk about in particular is the planning fallacy, and I've always suffered from this planning fallacy. Now, the planning fallacy is a phenomenon in which predictions about how much time you're going to need to complete a future task display an optimism bias and underestimate the time needed. And I've certainly suffered a lot from that. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I had a particularly good year in 2023 when it comes to goal setting and achievement and overcoming my tendency to get caught by the planning fallacy. In fact, I've had the best year I've ever had in terms of goal achievement. And that's why I want to share with you the key things that I did right this year in 2023 to make it a successful year in terms of having clear goals and achieving them on time. So here are my key lessons. And the first lesson is to start with the big picture. You know, the first place is always to start with the vision, the big picture. What's your purpose in life? What is your ikigai? And ikigai is a Japanese term for life's purpose. So here's my own ikigai as an example. I am passionate about helping others through the creation of in-demand premium courses on personal growth, skills for the future of work and the fourth industrial revolution, futures thinking and the art of beekeeping. Now, the goals I set for 2023 were directly linked to and aligned with my life's purpose. So that's the first lesson. The second lesson is to look at the types of goals. So not all goals are the same, and it's really important to have a mix of goals. For 2023, I had input goals, output goals, and outcome goals. And I'll explain a little bit about those different goals. So not all goals are the same. So input goals relate to my time in particular. How much time am I going to input and when each day? Now, in particular, mornings are a key time for me in terms of my work and working on goals. And I have daily targets in terms of my time input. And of course, this varies between days of the week, depending on other work and personal commitments. So effective habits are really key here. And one of mine is to rise at 5 a.m. Monday to Saturday with a lie-in on Sunday. So that's how I organize myself. I've become an early riser and I built that as a habit. And that habit then goes on to help me to achieve my goals. And the second type of goal that I had for 2023 was output goals. Now, output goals are around creating and publishing. For me, in my particular example, were around publishing 4 new online courses for the year. And, the course is directly linked. These courses were directly linked to my ikigai of spreading understanding in the world by creating high quality in-demand courses. So my output goals then were directly linked back to the vision that I have for my life. Now, the third type of goal I created was an outcome goal, and this was, related to a certain amount of revenue flowing from the courses that I created. It's therefore an outcome or a longer term result of the courses that I create in 2023. So they're the three different types of goals that I had. Now, the third lesson was to set SMART goals. Now, SMART goals, it stands for simple, measurable, realistic, and time bound. Now, for example, my output goals, and I had 4 of them, were to publish a new course each quarter. So that's very easy to remember. So 1 course per quarter every 3 months, and basically 4 goals for the year 2023. So here are the courses then that I published in 2023. So you can clearly see that I've achieved my 4 output goals to produce and launch these 4 courses. And these have been completed on time and 1 course per quarter. So I'm showing you there on the screen the different courses that I published in 2023. So they were my output goals to publish those 4 courses, and all of those were achieved. Now, for example, my first quarter goal was to develop and launch an introduction to futures thinking by March 31st, 2023. And of course, that's very clear, it's measurable, and gives me a clear target to aim for that particular quarter. Now, the next lesson was to break down the goals. So breaking my output goal down further, I could then decide on how long I was going to spend at the different subcomponents of the goal. So if I'm going to publish a course, there are different sub-goals I need to achieve. For example, I need to develop a course curriculum. I need to write the course content. I need to record the course videos. I need to edit those videos and upload those videos. Then I need to submit the course, and I need to launch the course. So there are different components within the goal, and I need to know, when these are going to be completed. I know I have 3 months to achieve the whole output goal, but I need to achieve those sub goals, at different times in order to reach the main goal. So, and having clear targets and knowing how long I'm going to spend on each of those subcomponents is really important. And then basically to work backwards from the date when it's due at, let's say, the end of March. I need to know each of those subcomponents needs to be completed by when. So that's very important. So then you're going to know automatically whether you're on track to achieving your goal. Now, the 5th lesson was to set rewards. So that's something I did for every 3 months. When my output goal was to, launch a course, then I also built in a reward, and my reward was to go for a night away with my wife. So that was the reward at the end of every quarter. So a very clear reward. And I booked that night away at the beginning of the process so that I could, look forward to that reward when finished. So as a result of, those setting those rewards, I can look back on 2023 because we have some lovely memories of 4 trips away to different parts of Ireland, of course, beautiful Ireland. And that's a real bonus and really highly motivating as well, looking forward to those rewards and even looking back on the year and reflecting on those trips away, which are linked to the goal achievement. Now, the next point is to create accountability. So I also shared my quarterly output goals with my wife and told her, okay, I'm working on this course, and she was, of course, aware that we're going to go away at the end of the 3 months. So it was very clear. And I would also give her, updates on my progress. So again, that's motivational. She was also a stakeholder in a way because she could also look forward to those quarterly trips away. And I certainly didn't want to let her down and, worked around the clock to make sure that my goals were achieved on time. So I didn't certainly want to go away on a trip knowing that I hadn't launched the particular course I was supposed to launch. So I made sure whatever happened, if I had to work 7 days a week, longer days, whatever, I made sure that the courses were launched on time and that by the time we went away for the rewards, that the particular course was launched. So it was a really powerful motivator for me to stay on track. So the next point, point number 7, is to keep the goals front and center. So that's something really important because we can forget about our goals. And I think a lot of people set goals at the beginning of the year and then they forget about them. They're out of sight, out of mind. So a strategy to keep my goals front and center throughout the year was to watch my mind movie. I have a mind movie that I made to remind myself of different things that are important. And I covered all these in my courses. So I would watch the mind movie at least once a day, first thing in the morning. So within the mind movie then, there's a representation of all my goals. And that again, that's a daily reminder, of which goal I was working on. So including the target date for completion and the reward, which of course had already been booked. And I also have a quarterly goal written in my journal. So the same goal again, I do journaling every day. So again, my goal is there. I can't escape looking at that goal. And as I mentioned, otherwise it's just so easy to forget your goals and other stuff inevitably comes along. So we're all being bombarded with different stuff all the time and it's so easy to forget our goals. I also have a wall calendar sitting in view of my workspace and all my target dates are written on there, including the sub goals. So I know exactly, okay, this week I should be working on, for example, editing a video or writing a script or whatever. So I can't escape seeing my goals and deadlines. And this is what you want. So as a result of this, I was not late with any of my goals. So all these things, add up and are motivational and keep you on track. So this year I wasn't late with any single goal, which is really great. Now the next point is not to worry about outcomes. So in 2023, I wasn't obsessing about the outcome. So, for example, in what I mean by that is results of my course creation. For example, maybe number of students that enrolled or money earned per course. So I forgot about all that. No, it was about the outputs, creating the courses and launching the courses. And I know that my output goals are creating opportunity for me in the future. And that's what I want to continue to do, is to create that opportunity by creating quality courses that people will benefit from and love. And that's where my focus is. So if financial success comes as a result of that, then that's great, but I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the things that I can control, such as my time inputs and the quality of my courses. Now that said, I do have an outcome goal related to money generated from the courses, and I do have a reward linked to that goal. But that said, I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on delivering the outputs. That's the courses themselves, which will eventually deliver the outcome, for example, the money. So just looking at my own experience with online courses, I launched my most successful course, which is Future Skills 2030, Prepare for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And I launched that back in 2019. It currently has over 11,000 students. And when I launched that course, it took a while to really pick up, until it became successful. And, it is a successful course today. But in the beginning, it was like, there wasn't that much interest in the course. It took time to take off. So if I was focused on, the longer term result and I didn't see it immediately, then that could be very discouraging. So the courses I'm creating now, I won't know how successful they really will be until perhaps years into the future. So it's all about creating the opportunity for the future, and don't get discouraged by, maybe if people are not signing up or if you're not getting, the financial benefits that maybe you set out to achieve. So that may or may not come later. So, but you do need to create the opportunity by developing the courses or creating the outputs. So I hope you found these lessons useful and that you've picked up some helpful ideas to make your 2024 goals more robust. And remember, the essence of successful Goal setting lies in focusing on what you can control, the inputs and the outputs, rather than fixating on outcomes, like for example saying I want to achieve a certain amount of money or anything like that as a result. So focus on what's in your control. Now, for more insights on goal setting, please check out my online courses, and in particular I would recommend 2 courses. The first course is Design Your Life with Futures Thinking, and this will orientate you on how to think about the future and help you build a personal strategic plan for your life. And I really love the material covered in this course, so I would highly recommend the course. The second course, again, really important course, is about goal setting, and it's titled Goal Setting 101, Set and Achieve Big, Hairy, Audacious Goals. And this will go into more detail on the topics I'm covering in this video. So great then, I look forward to seeing you on these or any of my courses in 2024. And remember that curiosity and lifelong learning is a key skill for this fast-paced world in which we live in today. So we must all keep learning to stay relevant. And also goal setting is an essential meta skill for today. So I do hope you found this video useful, and I hope it'll help you set better goals for 2024. Thanks very much, and please do give it a like, and also please subscribe for more videos. Thank you.